Hey everyone, Delphi Group here with our Tuesday market report where we analyze the markets. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. We have about 5 minutes till the close. The markets are open right now. We have 5 minutes to the close or something a little less. Just an absolute crazy day, which we'll get to. But, you know, last week we highlighted all these bear flag patterns, which you can see. This would have been, last week we're here, and lo and behold, every target has hit on the indexes and for some stocks as well. So this is the SPX. We can see the target hit and exceeded. NDX, if we look at this pattern, okay, target hit and exceeded. If I go to the Russell, again, another target hit and exceeded. Let's look at the IWM. It had another pattern on there. We've been crushing puts on IWM. You can see here, target hit and exceeded off of this bearish cup and handle, which we've been shorting since, 215 several times. But again, target hit. Apple not doing good today along with the markets. Two patterns here. Both patterns hit. Okay. Microsoft, target hit and exceeded. Okay. So we can see what's been going on here, and why these patterns are so important and why we continue to crush it here at Delphi as the markets are going down and crashing. Okay. Again, we've been net short for this year so far. We closed a lot of our put positions this week. And again, you have to pay attention to this stuff. And this is what we post here. Even, if I look at the 10-year, we had a target here that hit. Okay, so it's not just stocks and indexes, but this pattern hit on the 10-year, then it screamed higher. Okay. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing here. Okay, but before I get to the forecasts, there have been some amazing things happening here at Delphi that I have to point out. Okay, we have an indicator that we use that is over 90% accurate. It's our favorite indicator. It's a market overbought, oversold indicator. Well, if we look back here to April 7th, if we remember, the markets were crashing April 7th, like they're crashing today. But yeah, the markets were crashing here on April 7th. And our indicator was screaming oversold, and for the NDX, extreme oversold reading. Now note the time, 7:41 a.m. Okay, that is Mountain Standard Time. Okay, 7:41 a.m. What did the markets do right at this time? Now this is pretty incredible. Here's the SPY chart, the 5-minute chart, going back to that day. Look at the time here, 7:40 a.m. Our indicator flashed extreme oversold at 7:41 a.m. So look at that. It literally hit the bottom of the market that day. Simply incredible. There's no words for this. And this is why nobody does what we do here at Delphi. Nobody's doing this anywhere. Bring them to us. We beg to differ if you guys find somebody or some platform, but this was just simply incredible. And even right now, as the markets are closing in about a minute, we do have, again, extreme oversold readings. So we'll need to see what happens from this gang. And there's the market close. But so let's look at something else now that was pretty amazing today. We're going to go to the Delphi Room on Discord. We just have to show this because what happened today here in our room was no words. Okay. So if we go to our Discord room here, this is the Delphi Room. This is a live look in. You can see we're in here. This is our UOA channel. Okay. Again, UOA means unusual option activity. I want to point out what happened first thing in the morning as soon as the markets opened, these SPY 0 DTEs, okay, these came through first thing in the morning. They bought the 505 puts when SPY was at 520. They bought them for roughly $1, okay, $1.07. Okay, they bought these 10,000 of these. Okay, these caught our eye because at the time, SPY was heading to resistance between 523 to 525. So we found these very interesting. They actually bought more of these at, I believe, 86 cents a little later on that we posted as well in our chat. So what did that do for us here at Delphi? Well, because we identified this UOA for these 0 DTEs and where SPY was at the time, we posted a trade in our chat. Okay, we can see here, we posted the trade right here. Played the SPY 505 UOAs for today. We actually got it much cheaper at 65 cents. Why? Because we waited for the SPY to get closer to that resistance line, which we talk about right here. Okay, we can see where SPY was. Okay, this red line is resistance, and I'll get to more resistance levels that we pointed out last week, but so that is why we took the trade. Okay, we took that trade off the UOA. So what happened? And just as, since we're here, if you note up here, we were looking for a reversal in NVIDIA at 105, 106. The high of the day was 105.95, and last time we looked, it was trading under $95. So another amazing call there from us in our chat for our community, okay? But let's go now to see what these did. Okay, now the market's closed, so we actually probably had a bounce back, it looks like, in the markets. But these are those SPY 505 puts, the 0 DTEs for today. You can see that here. Okay, again, we posted those at $1 and at 84 cents. Remember, we took that trade at 65 cents in our chat for our community. Okay, look what these did. I mean, simply incredible. No words what these did. Just a complete explosion. I believe the high of the day was up here near $15, $16. Okay, they closed at $8. Okay, this is a live look-in. Okay, if you do not know, options on the indexes trade after hours, but regardless, again, we took the trade at 65 cents. They got as high as 15 and they closed near 8. So again, no words, and why nobody does what we do here. We've said this 1,000 times, and this is why. Okay, we spotted the UOA in our UOA channel. We liked the setup for these 0 DTEs. We took the trade and off to the races. Okay, simply incredible what we did here. So enough of all that. You guys are probably getting tired of me talking about this, but I just wanted to point this out because this was a day like, you know, we have days like this, but between the indicator calling the bottom the other day and this, just crazy stuff. Okay, so let's look at the charts. All right. Like all the targets we were talking about, our forecast from last week did hit today, or not today, but they did hit. But before I get into this, let's go back to last week and see what we said in our call from last Tuesday's analysis call. So I am going to go a little higher. I'm not going to get crazy. Why? Because this is the problem we talked about in our community today. There is multiple resistance levels here that we could reverse from at any time. Okay, like it did here. Okay, so we have the 20-day moving average right there with this resistance at 565. We have the resistance at 575. The 50-day, which is the red line there. So we could reverse at any one of these spots. Okay, so what did we say? We said that we would expect a reversal on, we were talking about the SPY, okay? Now, if we look into here, I'm just going to tell you right now, all our forecasts from last week hit across the indexes. You can see the white. We leave our white forecast here on the chart, okay, like we did back here when we hit that target. So the target did hit, but like we said last week in that video, we were expecting a reversal. We said it could reverse from here or from here, okay? And look what happened. Another spot on forecast. We hit our target, and then as we were talking about, the markets reversed and crashed. Okay, so there's nothing else we can't do more than what we're doing here at Delphi. Okay, so now what? After that, how are the charts looking? Well, we have mixed signals here because our indicators are still oversold and looking bullish, but we have a volume drop, and now this volume drop is on the way up, and we can see again, this is where the 0 DTE activity came in when we took our puts. This is why we took those puts. You can see reversal, reversal, reversal. Okay, that's why this level is now strong resistance. Okay, but for our forecast purposes, we are going to have to go lower. I know we got a bounce at the end of the day here. It looks like we got as low as under 490. Okay, the big level to watch right now is 480. If we get under 480 on the SPY, this could look a lot uglier, okay? So because of the big red candle, I would have liked to seen higher volume on the candle, but this was mostly from a reversal. I'm going to go a little lower because I am going to go over the price, okay? What we always say is price and volume trump the indicators. So I'm not going to get crazy. I'm not going to really forecast to move down to 480. Okay, but I am going to go lower tomorrow, just following some momentum here. And I'm going to go down maybe just, it wouldn't surprise me if we break the lows from today, but that's where I'm going on the forecast, okay? Right now we're at 496, we closed at. So this is just a momentum play to the downside. Okay. If we see some normal activity, which we're not right now, if we see the volume continue to drop and we see the indexes kind of maybe go sideways with some maybe hammers or some spinning tops, maybe then we could maybe retest the bounce. But my forecast is strictly a momentum play on the nasty sell-off here in the markets, okay? And this is going to translate to the other indexes as well. Again, we hit our target here on the Qs from last week, so mark that up as a winner. And again, we can see this support line is providing some support here on the Qs. We failed it the other day. 400 is a big level to watch, which it would be taking out these lows. But I'm going to go a little lower again, just as a momentum play here, maybe down to the recent lows from today, okay? If we take out the lows from today, I would expect a test of these lows. So that's what I'm looking at here. Again, strictly momentum, going against the indicators off of the candle. Okay, and then finally IWM. We could see here, we hit our target on IWM, which again, we talked about this and we keep talking about this to our community. Okay, the averages are the problem now. Okay, we see the clear reversal there. So any bounce in indexes or stocks, if you're playing the long side, you have to take your profits because we are clearly in a sell the bounce environment, okay? So these averages are going to be resistance. This line will be resistance. Yeah, but for now, I'm going lower on the IWM as well. Back to these lows from today. So not crazy down, but, low 170s, which is a couple points lower. Okay. And then we'll have to see if there's some sideways action, some volume keeps dropping, some bullish candles. Maybe we'll get another bounce. But again, You have to watch the averages and the resistance levels, okay? This is why we keep updating our community, and that's the advantages of being here. So please subscribe, follow, tell as many people as you can. We're here to help the traders out there. These are not easy times. We know traders that are not here, that their accounts are getting blown up. Trading platforms are not doing well, but we're having one of our best years so far. And we just had our best week as markets were crashing. So that's it from us. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you next week on the call. Take care.